First for the Cougars. At point guard, number 0, Jordan Samuel. At guard, number 2, Deshaun Dillon. At guard, number 5, Christopher Sanders. At guard, number 15, Caleb Hobson. And at 4, number 24, Caden Gillespie. Head coach at Ole Washington, assisted by D'Angelo West and Leonard Patrick. It's Gil White. Now let's look alive for your Vikings starting 5. At 4, a junior, 6'3", number 1, Lincoln Smothers. And forward, 6'4", junior, number 2, Jarrell Johnson. At guard, 6'1", a senior, number 5, Brody Garrett. At guard, 5'11", a sophomore, number 20, Keegan Keaton. And at guard, 6'3", a senior, number 24, Caden Steiner.
Check. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Carl Cannon Coliseum. This is Greg Tinker, TV25HD.com, Jasper Viking basketball. Here in the next to last game of the Christmas Classic, City of Jasper Christmas Classic, 3rd annual, as the Vikings will take on Northwest Rankin out of Brandon, Mississippi, just on the outskirts of Jackson, Mississippi. So they play big-time basketball there in the metropolitan area of Jackson. This will be a good contest, a good test for the Vikes. Northwest Rankin comes in 9-6, Jasper 9-3. So an equal number of wins for both teams as Jasper controls the tip. Lincoln Smothers to Brody Garrett, and Rankin will be in a man defense. And Jasper will spread things out, try to diagnose it as Smothers has it out near the circle. Now Garrett, as he looks to find Smothers on the left side, and Smothers will get it to Caden Steiner, and he'll reverse his dribble, top of the key, drives, takes a lot of bumps along the way, and Keaton has it now, back to Steiner, foul line extended, left side, Steiner dribbles, gives way to Brody Garrett, right side, outside the circle, Jarrell Johnson sets a screen for him, and it's Smothers with it. Jasper being very deliberate with the basketball, waiting on a good shot. And there it's going to be as Steiner gets open, top of the key, knocks it down, Caden Steiner. Jasper very patient and able to get the bucket. Steiner's trigger is so much quicker. Catch and shoot. And that means you don't need a whole lot of space between you and your defensive man if you're ready to shoot. As Jasper in their man defense, shots missed, and it'll go off the back of the iron, out of bounds. It'll be Jasper basketball leading 3-0 with 6:44 to go here in the first. It's been a good 2 days here in Jasper, a lot of good basketball. The 2 previous games both went down to the wire, last-second shots, as Steiner has the ball taken away from him, and it's going to be a 2-hand dunk by Deshaun Dillon, as he'll cut the score 3-2 Jasper. So Dillon able to get the steal from Steiner, and Steiner this time better with the basketball. It's an athletic team is Rankin, the Cougars. Garrett looks right side, and he's got Mr. Automatic Keegan Keaton from the right side, about 5 feet behind the three-point line, and Keegan Keaton starts where he left off last night. He had 7 three-pointers last night. He's got his first tonight. He's one of those kids where when he shoots, and we got picked there, somebody lost their man, as Caden Gillespie scores for Northwest Rankin, and they'll pick up full court. Jasper will diagnose it fairly easily as Johnson has it right side back to Steiner, top of the circle. I was going to say about Keegan Keaton, he's one of those kids when he shoots, you just expect him to make it. You're surprised when he doesn't. Oftentimes, foul called on Northwest Rankin, and that'll be number 24. That's his first foul, team's first. So Keegan, when he shoots, you just expect it to go in. You're shocked when it doesn't. That's the kind of shooter he is. Oftentimes you have a kid at this level shooting threes and you hope it goes in. You're not real sure if it's going to, and sometimes you're surprised when they make it. Just the opposite for Keaton. As now Braylon Johnson in the game, number 4. He spells Jarrell, as it'll be Braylon with the ball, foul line extended, left side. And he's going to work against the defense, gets it to Keegan Keaton in the corner. He's open, and see, I'm surprised that was a miss because Keegan was wide open, and you just expect him to make those shots. Braylon Johnson going to be called with a foul here, a push, and so he'll pick up his first. So yesterday evening, you received a comment about my sometimes crossing up Braylon and Jarrell's names, and yeah, sometimes I do in the excitement of things, but Braylon wears number 4, Jarrell wears number 2, and both excellent players. As a good bucket there by Jordan Samuel, and it's all tied up at 6 as Steiner has it middle of the floor, and he'll take it on the drive and get it to Lincoln Smothers, and Smothers not able to finish the layup, and here comes Northwest Rankin in a hurry. Brody Garrett back, but boy, what a nice step through by Jordan Samuel. You saw some athleticism there as he picked up his dribble and took a big step right through the middle of Jasper's defense. And Braylon Johnson's going to have his second foul as he goes in out of control, and he's picked up 2 in about 30 seconds, so he's going to have to sit, and Jarrell will come in place of Braylon. That's big with 4:15 to play in the first, that Braylon has 2 fouls and will have to sit quite a long time, maybe the rest of the half. So Jarrell back in for Braylon, and we have the starting 5 on the floor as Northwest Rankin has an 8-6 lead. They've been very efficient, have not had to shoot any outside shots. They've made all theirs at close range, and they lead at 8-6. Jasper with 2 3-point shots, one by Steiner and one by Keaton. Shot from the baseline off the front of the rim, and Jarrell up high for the rebound, has it, gets it to Brody left side. Brody will take it down the floor in a hurry, and he takes it into the middle, but nothing there as Braylon, Jarrell, sorry, there it go again, as Braylon Johnson able to knock down the 3. And last night talked about Jarrell having an unusual off night for him, as he had only 2 points in the game, and he's been averaging double figures. So that's good to see him make his first bucket tonight. And it's a 3, and it puts Jasper back in the lead 9-8 with 3:32 to go here in the first. And Coach Burns wanted a timeout. He's been using his timeouts a little differently, picking his spots to kind of say something, a point of emphasis for the team, whatever that may happen to be. And so he calls a 30-second timeout here in the first with 3:32 remaining, and Jasper has just taken the lead. So the 3-point shooting for Jasper right now pretty good, 3 out of 4 for 75%. Let's hope it stays at a high percentage, as Northwest Rankin will bring it across. Jasper not pressing tonight. Northwest Rankin, a very athletic team, so not pressing right now, as Keegan Keaton will guard. And now as Rankin works the perimeter, Jasper doing a good job with their step-throughs on defense, switching when they need to, and knowing when the screens are coming to be able to step below them as we approach 3 minutes, and Northwest Rankin has a 1-point lead. Keaton on the defense, got good help that time from Jarrell. Shot upcoming for Northwest Rankin. It's a three, and it's a good one, as Deshaun Dillon knocks down the three and gives a 2-point lead to Northwest Rankin. Garrett with the basketball. He'll set up the Viking offense, gets it to Steiner, now back to Garrett, right side, outside the circle. Jarrell Johnson has it. Into the corner to Caden Steiner. Steiner knocks it down. Great job by Jarrell, as he drew the defense to himself and then found Caden Steiner wide open in the corner. Shot off the front of the rim by Rankin, and Keegan Keaton has it and doesn't have the number, so he'll pull it up, get it to Steiner. Caden so far 2 for 2 from the three-point line. So Jasper 4 out of 5 from three-point land, and they lead at 12-11. Steiner looking along the baseline, and tough shot there, and does not make it as he drives underneath the backboard and tries a reverse layup, and the shot doesn't go. And once again, we lose a player on defense, and that's Christopher Sanders. He's got 2, and Rankin has the lead again. So we're seesawing back and forth here. Lots of lead changes in this game as Garrett brings it across with 1:30 to play here in the first. Pass inside, and Lincoln Smothers with a great head fake as Caden Steiner saw him underneath, wide open. Great assist by Caden Steiner, two-hand overhead pass. Smothers caught it wisely, pump faked, and stepped across and shot it left-handed on the opposite side. Smart play by Lincoln Smothers. He's getting more and more comfortable, playing a whole lot more. Step through there by Rankin, and a foul going to be called on Steiner, I believe. Yep, so Caden Steiner fouls, and that will be his first and the team's third. Braylon Johnson has 2. He picked up those 2 in about 30 seconds. So Rankin at the line, Caden Gillespie. First shot off the mark to the right. Second shot upcoming for Gillespie. Once again, Northwest Rankin coming in at 9-6. They won yesterday, beat Enterprise 54-35. So an easy evening of it, as did Jasper beating Rossview, Tennessee 71-46. Gillespie makes this one, so 1 out of 2. Vikings still lead by a point. 14, well, actually it's tied up now, 14 all. So 14 apiece as Steiner has it to work against the pressure from Rankin. It's Brody Garrett with the basketball as he brings it across. Will reverse his dribble. Looking to drive, nothing there. Gets it to Steiner. Very aggressive defense by Rankin right now. A lot of body contact. As Brody Garrett has it, top of the circle. Looking for Keaton, backdoor. Caden Steiner, two-hand flush. Yeah, that's what happens when you start overplaying the three. Eventually you have that opportunity to go backdoor, and Caden Steiner made the most of it as he elevated and flushed it with both hands. 18 seconds to play here in the first. Jasper with a 2-point lead. Excellent ball game. Both teams playing well, very few turnovers, and each team executing their offense really well. At this point, Rankin shot there, 3 at the buzzer, and it's made as it's going to be Keegan Keaton. Can he make it? Wow. About a 50-foot shot by Keegan Keaton, just goes off the front of the rim. Well, Northwest Rankin took the lead on that impossible three-point shot, it seemed. They lead at 17-16 after 1 period of play. We'll be back in a moment with the second period. Welcome back to Carl Cannon Coliseum. Greg Tinker, TV25HD.com, Jasper Viking basketball. Here with Matthew Combs and Katrina Schultz. They've been here from the inception of the games yesterday, and they'll be here for the final after this game. Hoover will be playing, and they'll be here for that for the nightcap, and that will end 48 hours of basketball here in Jasper as a good take by Christopher Sanders, as Jasper's going to turn it over as Keegan Keaton and Brody Garrett not on the same page. So a rare turnover for the Vikes in this game, as Rankin now has their biggest lead of the game, 19-16. As I said, it's been back and forth, lots of changes, and Garrett going to be called with a foul, a little too aggressive. So Brody's going to pick up a foul, his first, team's first here in the second. Coach Burns wants a full timeout, and he'll get it. So I'll run down the scoring for you. In the first for Jasper, and Smothers with 2, Jarrell Johnson 3, Keegan Keaton 3. Caden Steiner's carrying the load right now for the Vikes. He's got 8, 2 3-pointers, and a dunk for Caden Steiner, and that gives Jasper their 16 points. They trailed, we're just into the second period, but they trailed 17-16 after 1. Back and forth throughout. Jasper would take the lead, then Rankin would come back, retake the lead, then Jasper would retake the lead from them, and it was back and forth that way until the very end as Northwest Rankin hit a 3 right at the buzzer. Pretty amazing, the 3 that they made, because Steiner had the guy closely guarded, Deshaun Dillon. He was guarding him well, but Dillon made an incredible shot. Jasper turns the ball over, and so now Rankin 19-16, they've got the ball underneath their bucket. 7:35 to play here in the second period. It's one of those games where, okay, we're going to get an offensive foul on number 1, Xavier Dotson. So Dotson will pick up a personal foul. That's the first team foul for Rankin here in the second period, as Steiner works to get the ball down the floor. Jarrell Johnson tries to make the pass inside, a one-handed pass. I've said it every broadcast, just not a fan of one-handed passes. Tries to make a one-handed pass inside to Lincoln Smothers. It gets knocked away, and Jasper's had 2 turnovers and a bucket there by Christopher Sanders on a nice screen and pass inside by Rankin. And it's another layup. They've shot a lot of layups. Our defense, interior defense, has not been as good as it needs to be. We'll have to pick that up, because right now, Northwest Rankin, there's another one-handed pass that goes through the hands of Keegan Keaton. 3 turnovers in a row by the Vikes. 3 in a row. A little bit of sloppy play here to start the second period. 6:42 to play, and Rankin has stretched the lead to 5, 21-16. Coach Burns deciding that with this little bit of a run by Rankin, that he's going to put Braylon back in. Braylon's at the scorer's table, and the next whistle he'll be in the game, probably to get Lincoln Smothers. And a carry by Northwest Rankin. So the ball will be turned over, and Braylon Johnson into the game, and he's going to get Jarrell, and that's because 2 turnovers in a row by Jarrell, throwing one-handed passes. So it's fundamentally not sound, and when you're not fundamentally sound, you're going to do unsound things, which result in turnovers. Brody Garrett will throw the ball away, and in that case, trying to make a pass across. What man, oh man. Deshaun Dillon right now is Houdini, and Jasper just all out of sorts as Steiner throws the ball away. 5 turnovers by Jasper here early. And Deshaun Dillon made another shot that's just acrobatic. He's scoring well. He's an athletic kid. So Rankin offensively right now really working the ball well inside. They missed this shot, however, and Keegan-Keaton has it going the other way. We got to take care of the ball. We've had 5 turnovers, almost 6, as it's going to be Garrett driving into the lane back outside to Keaton. Keaton, a closeout on him. He's not able to shoot. Now he gets the ball back. Braylon Johnson, top of the circle, to Steiner, who'll drive the lane. Nothing there. He'll throw it over the top and out of bounds. And all of a sudden, we had played the first period almost without a turnover. And, man, we've just been throwing the ball around and making terrible passes, making bad decisions, terrible passes. And we've turned the ball over 6 times in the first 3 minutes. We have 5 minutes to play here in the first half, and we've not scored. Northwest Rankin 23, Jasper 16. We've not scored because we've not had a chance to score. We've been throwing the ball away. Shot missed by Rankin, but they battle and get the rebound and drive then along the baseline, and Lincoln Smothers is going to be called with the foul as we don't break down and stop the dribbler. We jumped past him. So right now, in just about every phase of the game, we are getting whipped. We've gone into a, for lack of a better word, a lull, and not taking care of the basketball offensively, defensively, out of position. Didn't get that last rebound as the free throws made by number 1 Xavier Dotson, and the lead now is 8, 24-16. You can't win if you don't score, and we've not had opportunities to score because we've been throwing the ball away, as both free throws are made by Xavier Dotson, and the lead is 9. It was 1 point at the break. At the end of the first period, it's now 9 as Garrett will work against the defense. He's going to take a drive. Shot is high off the glass, no good. Lincoln Smothers battling for the rebound, comes away with it, but not able to control, and it goes out of bounds to Rankin. So a shot, but not a high percentage shot. This is one of those things where, as a coach, it's highly frustrating because you certainly know that you can play better than this, because we have, but right now just not playing good basketball. Somebody's got to step up and help us here to get back on track. Shot from the corner, no good. Brody Garrett's got it. That was Deshaun Dillon. He's made a couple of those. I would suspect that Dillon's maybe their best player. As shot missed, good running one-hander, but shot missed by Keegan-Keaton, and Lincoln Smothers, as he does, scrambling for the rebound. He's got that ball sense, and in the scramble for the rebound, it's knocked out by Rankin, and Jasper will throw it in. Garrett to throw it in. Looking to get somebody open, and he throws it away, just threw it right to Northwest Rankin. And a one-handed stuff by 6'1" Jordan Samuel, and it's 27-16. We've gone half a period without scoring, but we sure are throwing the ball to the other team a lot. Here's Steiner for a 3, air ball. That's indicative of this period. That sums it up right there pretty well, because in the first, Caden had made a couple of those, and in this one, does not draw iron, and we'll go the other way with it. 3:12 to play here in the first half, as Keegan-Keaton will shoot a 3, and it's in and out. Again, sort of indicative of how things are going, that shot in and out, as Northwest Rankin, leading 27-16, has the ball and the drive, and a really athletic play by Jordan Samuel, number 0, who makes a reverse layup on the right side, left-handed. And 2:40 to play. Rankin 29-16 over Jasper. Brody Garrett misses, but thank goodness Braylon Johnson is there to put it back, and Jasper has their first bucket of this period with 2:30 to play in the period. Game's not out of reach by any stretch. It's 29-18. Rankin up by 11, as Jasper has scored only 2 in this period. A drought for the Vikes. And Defensively, Jasper knocking the ball out of bounds. We've been a little bit better on the half-court defense. Haven't given up as many easy shots as Jarrell Johnson will come back in. He'll get Lincoln Smothers. So let's see if we can make a little run here in the last 2:13. If we could cut it down to about 6, that would be really terrific. Get Steiner and Keaton open for a couple of threes. Get defensive stops. Good defense by the Vikes at this point, as Northwest Rankin sizing up the Jasper man, and they'll work the perimeter with 1:50 to play here in the first half. They're being very deliberate with the basketball. And Jasper kind of content. Travel against Northwest Rankin. That's Deshaun Dillon, 6'4" junior. And so here we have a chance. It's 29-18. Get a 3 here, get a nice shot with a minute 30 to play, and cut the lead down to 8 if at all possible. As Brody Garrett takes the drive this time in a much better angle by Brody, and he elevates better that time. He's under control. Brody's good when everything's under control. It's when he's off balance and out of control that we don't get what we'd like. But that was picture perfect of how you drive the ball. Proper angle, good elevation, strong with the ball. And now Brody almost with the steal. 29-20, Northwest Rankin. As Jasper needs a stop here, get the ball back, cut it down to 7 or 6, and the ball game is well within reach, especially as poorly as we played to still be this close, because we have played poorly in this period. 4 points is what we've scored. And we have a player from Northwest Rankin, one of their starters, Jordan Samuel, who is holding his right knee, and he'll come out and he'll be looked at by the trainers. So Rankin has the basketball, less than a minute to play. They lead at 29-20. It's Deshaun Dillon with the basketball. He's been their star player up to this point. Quality athlete, you can tell. Guarded by Brody Garrett. Going to get a 5-second count here. Should push off by Dillon. And he's going to throw an oop to his teammate. It goes out of bounds, so a mistake by Rankin gives Jasper the basketball back with 30.9 seconds to go here in the half. And you might very likely see us run the double screen for Keegan Keaton, as we have done so well at the end of quarters and halves. So 2-3 defense. Northwest Rankin switches to a 2-3 defense, and Jasper has it with 15 seconds to play, and they're trying to get set up against this 2-3 by Northwest Rankin. Now 10 seconds as Jasper will run their set. Keegan Keaton looking to get the basketball. Steiner has it in the corner to Garrett. Now inside to Braylon Johnson. And we end up not getting a shot at all. So the switch to the 2-3 defense threw us for a loop, and as a result, not able to get set and get on track for the shot. So we're going to trail 29-20 at half. Pretty easy to keep up with the scoring tonight. Lincoln Smothers with 2, Jarrell Johnson 3, Braylon Johnson 2, Brody Garrett 2, Keegan Keaton 3, Caden Steiner 8. Neither Keaton nor Steiner scored in the second period, and they're the two guys who typically carry us. So not much scoring at all, only 4 points in the second period for Jasper. 2 by Braylon Johnson on a putback, and 2 by Brody Garrett on a drive to the lane. And Jasper is going to trail 29-20 here at the half. They trailed 17-16 at the end of the first. It was a really well-played first period. If making predictions, you say this ball game is going to be high scoring, both teams playing well, and all of a sudden Jasper just went brain dead and threw the ball away multiple times, and then did not get high quality shots when they did shoot. And when you do both of those things, you're not going to score very many points, and you're going to find yourself behind, as Jasper does. 29-20 here at the half. We'll be back in 8 minutes and 40 seconds with the second half. Welcome back to Carl Cannon Coliseum. Greg Tinker, TV25HD.com, Jasper Viking basketball. Here on the second day of the City of Jasper Christmas Classic. And Jasper playing the next to last game. The Hoover Bucks will be up next to play. Coach Scott Ware, former head coach at Walker High School. Head coach at Hoover in his 4th season. Hey, it's hard to do better than he's done in 3 seasons. He won 3 state championships. So they'll be playing next. Jasper needs to take care of the basketball, needs to take high-quality shots. As Braylon Johnson with the basketball right now in the corner. And the defense by Northwest Rankin is tight. Cut to the lane by Caden Steiner. That's a good give and go right there. Steiner gets it back from Jarrell Johnson. And Steiner's got 2, and that's a good start for the Vikes. They're down 7 now. Trailed after the first period, 17-16. At the half, 29-20. So let's just hope that they got all the bad out in the second period, as this first shot by Northwest Rankin missed, and Brody Garrett's got the rebound headed the other way. Garrett gets it to Braylon Johnson, left side. Braylon to Jarrell, top of the key. Keegan Keaton, he'll drive the baseline, nothing there. He's going to be bumped and fouled. And it'll be a foul by number 15, Caleb Hobson. Ball thrown in to Steiner. Steiner right side, outside the circle. Long 3 by Keegan Keaton. He's got long range, but that might have been just a step beyond his range. Open, but not as high quality a shot as maybe Jasper needed to take, but that's all right. He's got the confidence to make those shots. As Rankin will work, and this shot's going to be an air ball blocked by Braylon Johnson inside. So Braylon elevates, blocks the shot, goes behind the back, gets it to Jarrell, and Jarrell misses the layup. What a play by Braylon Johnson to get the block, go coast to coast, bounce pass to Jarrell, and then Jarrell not able to finish at the bucket. Jasper would have cut the lead to 5 with that layup, and they missed the chippy. Sometimes that's an indicator. When you miss those that are gimme shots, it's an indicator of things to come. But Jasper's got to stay in there and play hard, as a step through by Rankin and a pass into the corner and a 3. And so you can say that's a 5-point swing right there, as Christopher Sanders makes the 3 from the corner. And the lead's at 10, 32-22. So really a 5-point swing on the missed layup and then the made 3. And that's big. Telegraphed pass by Jarrell Johnson, looking for Braylon Johnson along the baseline, and Rankin had a hand in the passing lane. They get the steal. Now they almost throw it away. Recovered, however, and they'll set up their offense with 5 minutes to play here in the third. They lead it by 10, 32-22. They'll work against the Jasper defense. Good help by Jarrell Johnson inside, and no bucket, as Jarrell going to be called for the hold. So that's his first, Jasper's first of the third period. Each team with a foul here in the third. Nobody's in foul trouble. Braylon Johnson picked up 2 quickly in the first, but he has not fouled since. And Northwest Rankin, so Jarrell's going to pick up his second foul in the last few seconds. And Rankin will go to the line to shoot 2, and it will be Jordan Samuel. They lead at 32-22. As Jasper last night shot well, played well, won big, and tonight things are just difficult. It's like we're laboring really hard and trying to force things to happen instead of being patient enough to let things open up. As Rankin makes both free throws, Jordan Samuel with 2 free throws, and it's 34-22, their biggest lead of the game. Now they'll put the pressure on. Steiner gets the ball across to break the pressure to Braylon Johnson. Back to Steiner, and he'll set up the offense. Steiner has 2 in this period. He did not score in the second. Keegan Keaton has not scored since the first period. Steiner has it to Lincoln Smothers, top of the key. Now Keegan Keaton will try the right side, and it'll be a drive along the baseline by Steiner. Shots blocked from behind, and here comes a dunk by Northwest Rankin. A windmill dunk by Deshaun Dillon. I'm telling you, that cat's an athlete. Going the other way with it will be Keegan Keaton. Brody Garrett now. Lincoln Smothers, top of the key. This game just has that feel to it where it could really get away from Jasper, and there's another turnover, and Northwest Rankin will have, nope, won't be a dunk. Coach Burns wants a timeout as the shot made by Northwest Rankin, and it's been a highlight reel for them as they have stretched the lead to 16, 38-22 with 3:36 to play here in the third. We'll take a timeout along with the teams. Back in a moment. Welcome back to Carl Cannon Coliseum. Greg Tinker, TV25HD.com, Jasper Viking basketball. It's a struggle right now for the Vikes after a stellar first period. Periods 2 and 3 have been like a root canal. It's tough, painful to watch as Jasper not able to get high quality shots, turning the ball over, watching Northwest Rankin do some very athletic things. And as a result, Jasper down 16. They were down 9 at the end of the half, and now 16, just not able to score as Rankin's defense has been plenty good. Steiner with it in the corner will drive the baseline, and against traffic, he will miss, and Braylon Johnson with the tip, not able to complete it. And Northwest Rankin going to get another easy bucket as Keegan Keaton going to be called with a foul. Keaton with his first foul, team's third. And Rankin will go to the line. Number 5, Christopher Sanders. This is one of those games, as Sanders makes the first free throw, one of those games that Coach Burns will just have to say afterwards, okay guys, let's take a little break here at Christmas, get our heads clear, and come back the second half of the season and work to get better. As the second shot missed, and Smothers has the rebound, but Rankin going to put the pressure on, and almost another turnover by the Vikes. We've been a step slow on defense. We've been a tick slow on our passes. And just in every phase of the game, like we're running in quicksand. Just not clicking right now for the Vikes. Not entirely out of it necessarily, but it's just tough sledding. Pass into the lane to Braylon Johnson, and he misses an easy one up close. As I said earlier, when Jarrell missed that very easy shot inside, and then Rankin comes down and makes a three, that was just indicative of the evening. And it is, as we're under 2 minutes to play, and Jasper has scored 2 points in this third period. They scored 4 in the second. They've scored 2 in this period. As Braylon Johnson, Jarrell drives the lane, and he gets 2 as he elevates. So Jarrell has 5 on the evening, his first points of the second half, and only 4 points for Jasper here in the second half. It's 39-24 Northwest Rankin as they'll work against the Jasper man defense. Pass into the corner, drive along the baseline, elevation by Jordan Samuel, 6'1", but he's got good hops. 41-24, 17-point lead as Keegan Keaton will deliver the ball to Steiner, cross court to Garrett, to Braylon Johnson. Foul line extended, he'll drive, give the ball up, and it's going to be another dunk. As a highlight reel, Deshaun Dillon has, maybe that's his 4th dunk, and everyone's been different as he's putting on an exhibition. Braylon Johnson from outside the arc makes 3. We'll take 3 for 2 any day, but we've turned the ball over so much that we're behind the 8 ball, 43-27 Northwest Rankin leads with 25 seconds to play here in the third period. Now 20 seconds as Keegan Keaton guards the point guard from Rankin, and they're waiting to take the last shot with now 10 seconds to play here in the third. Drive coming, shot from the corner, shots missed. Jarrell Johnson has it, long throw off the backboard, and we end 3 periods of play with Northwest Rankin leading Jasper 43-27. So in the third, Jarrell Johnson had a bucket, Braylon Johnson had a 3, and Caden Steiner had a bucket. Jasper manages 7 points in the third, and they trail 43-27 with 8 minutes to play in this ball game. We'll take a break. We'll be back here in just a moment for the fourth period. Welcome back to Carl Cannon Coliseum. Greg Tinker, TV25HD.com, Jasper Viking basketball, and Jasper will pick up for the first time tonight. Full court press. Rankin breaks it, and they're going to have a shot for Dillon out of the corner. He drains it. That kid there will be playing at the next level. Make no mistake about it. Deshaun Dillon, a junior, 6'4", got a nice shot from the outside, super athletic, able to jump well. Smart basketball player. He is going to be playing at the next level. I would imagine being recruited heavily by Mississippi schools for sure. It's 46-27 as a backdoor to Steiner. Nice pass by Braylon Johnson to Steiner. And Steiner's been the one bright spot tonight for the Vikes as Braylon Johnson gets a steal and puts in a dunk. As timeout called a 30-second timeout by Northwest Rankin
30-second timeout.
as their coach wants to stop this mini run by Jasper. It's a 4-point run as Braylon Johnson able to make a steal and then flush one home. So he's got 7 points on the evening. Caden Steiner with 12 leads all scorers for Jasper. Keegan Keaton not been able to get open tonight like last night. He had 7 3-pointers last night for 21. And tonight he's attempted 1 shot in the second half. Has not scored since the first period. So a scoring drought for him. Jarrell Johnson tonight with 5, so he's not at his usual clip. And Brody Garrett's typically around 8 or 10. He's got 2. So the defense by Rankin has been good as they diagnose the Jasper press and get the ball across half court and get into their half court offense. Jasper will be in a half court trap. They got to get the ball back. Shot from the corner is no good off the front of the rim. Jarrell Johnson's got it. Coming length of the floor, coast to coast, throws it into the corner to Keegan Keaton, and Keaton's got 3. Always ready to shoot, Keegan Keaton. Always hot. It's 46-34. It's a 12-point lead now. Rankin with a shot by number 15, Caleb Hobson. Breaks the little mini run by the Vikes as it's Jarrell Johnson, top of the key. He'll drive it, and he's going to be fouled on the way to the bucket, and he'll shoot 2. 48-34. The lead was 21 just a moment ago. It's 14 now. It could be 12. Jarrell makes both of these free throws. Not impossible to come back if Keegan Keaton can get open and make threes. He and Steiner. It's just been difficult as Jarrell ball rolls all around the rim, but will not go in. So Jarrell misses the free throw. These are the first free throws tonight for Jasper. Haven't been many shot in the game period, but the first by Jasper, and Jarrell makes 1 out of 2. So the lead is 13 with 6:15 to play. The reality is that's 5 shots, if you include threes, as Rankin will work against the Jasper pressure. They beat the pressure fairly easily, and it's going to be a layup on the other end as we don't get the rebound, and they get the putback from Caleb Hobson. So it's 50-35 as the pressure not working against Rankin as they're making long passes and breaking the pressure easily. Garrett with the ball top of the key, now Keaton. And Keaton will get it to Smothers outside the circle. Brody Garrett, right side, drives, elbow, shot off the front of the rim, but it rolls in. Good rotation as the ball hits the front of the rim and then rolls in. And Coach Burns calls a 30-second timeout as Garrett has his first points of the second half and his 4th for the game. And the score is 50-37 with 5:37 to play in the game. So Jasper's got to work on getting stops. I don't think they can stay in the full court pressure, maybe the 3/4 court pressure. But the full court pressure at this point has resulted in only 1 turnover for Northwest Rankin. So I'm not sure Jasper can stay in that. Not working very well as on the other end of the floor, Northwest Rankin's able to get high percentage shots and extend their lead. Tell you what, I like this team, this Rankin team. They are a quality team, especially number 2, Deshaun Dillon. He's got some guys that complement him really well too, and they don't have a big guy inside. They've got one guy that's 6'7", but he's not even played yet. Eden Watson, number 35, is 6'7", but he's not played. Jasper with the trap, and able to get out of it, and then Jarrell Johnson going to be called with his 3rd foul. Scrambling to try to get the steal. That's Jasper's first foul of the fourth. So far, nobody's shot based on fouls in terms of 5 fouls per period. 5:24 to play. Rankin with a 13-point lead. It was 21 not too long ago. As the pass will go to the corner, and Rankin will work the perimeter to the Jasper defense. Good job by Jasper as they've changed the defense up, and they're running a half-court trap. Caden Steiner able to deflect the ball off his leg out of bounds, and Rankin will throw it in on the sideline in front of their bench. They get it into the backcourt with 5:10 to play in the ball game and a 13-point lead, 50-37. Pass to the short corner, and then back across as, wow, that's got to be a charge. Not a charge, wow. Interesting. Steiner called with the blocking foul, and it seemed clear to me that Dillon pushed off with his non-dribbling hand. But call went against Steiner, and that's Jasper's second team foul here in the fourth. Steiner's second. Ball comes in, and Dillon able to slip away from our defense. They throw it into him, and he skies upward for a two-hand emphatic dunk and a 15-point Northwest Rankin lead as we got mixed up on our interior defense and gave up an easy shot. And we've done that more than once tonight as we seem to have gotten confused on who we're guarding or who our switches defensively. And as a result of that, Northwest Rankin has a 15-point lead with 4:56 to play in the game. So it's just been tough tonight for the Vikes. In the second half, scoring, Jarrell Johnson has 3, Braylon Johnson 5, Brody Garrett 2, Keegan Keaton 3, Caden Steiner 4. Jasper trailed after 1, 17-16. At the half, 29-20. And at the end of 3, 43-27. So they trailed by 16. They trail by 15 now with 4:56 to play, and Rankin's going to pick up full court. 1-2-2 pressure by Rankin as the ball comes into Steiner. Steiner with a good diagonal pass to Braylon Johnson, and the pressure's broken with one really good pass. Keegan Keaton way out, and the ball rolls in and out on a 30-footer by Keegan Keaton, but it won't go down, and Northwest Rankin has the basketball leading by 15. 4.5 to play, 15-point lead. As Dillon drives the baseline, throws it back to his teammate at the foul line, and ball's tied up. It'll be Jasper basketball on the alternating possession. 52-37, Rankin with the lead. They're going to drop out of their pressure and just pick up man-to-man as Steiner will bring it across with 4:20 to play in the game. 52-37, Rankin. Jasper's found it difficult to score the last 3 periods. Braylon Johnson has the ball taken away from him. Turnover by the Vikes. And it will be a block by Braylon Johnson, but then a follow-up on the rebound by Christopher Sanders and a putback, and that's been the way it's been tonight. On a miss, offensive board by Northwest Rankin. They put it back up and in, and the lead is 17, 54-37. Steiner will try the baseline, gets it inside to Braylon Johnson. Nice assist as Braylon makes himself available at the block. Steiner gets it to him, and Braylon's got 2 dunks now for Braylon on the night as he elevates and flushes. Northwest Rankin with 3:15 to play in the game. 16-point lead, 54-39. They'll throw it into the deep corner and work the perimeter as we're approaching 3 minutes. We got to come out and guard, folks. Jasper will attempt to trap, and the pass will go across the floor as Northwest Rankin well coached and Caden Steiner going to be called with the foul. His third, team's third. Lincoln Smothers will come into the game and spell Braylon Johnson. As Braylon turned the ball over the last trip off a dribble. Something about the way he dribbles the ball, standing real straight up, gives the opposition an opportunity to steal the basketball. Got to get a little bend in his knees and a little more flex to dribble the basketball, as Northwest Rankin playing keep away with the Vikes. Vikings scrambling on defense, try to get the ball back. Pass into the corner, and the shot is good. Nice assist, and the shot good by Caleb Hobson. And Rankin getting ready to substitute with 2:10 to play here in the ball game, and they're up by 18. They led by 21 earlier. They're up by 18 now, 57-39, as Jarrell Johnson will have the ball taken away from him. He'll turn it over along the baseline, and Rankin bringing 3 new guys into the game. And Jarrell will come out of the game, and Braylon will spell him. It's just those instances, I think, where Coach Burns sees too much individualism as a scramble for the basketball off the trap. And when he sees that, he wants to discuss more team ball rather than individual ball. .155 to play in the game. Jasper's going to lose this game. Northwest Rankin came in at 9-6. They beat Enterprise yesterday, 54-35. They'll be 10-6, double figures in wins, going into whatever their Christmas break looks like. Jasper will be 9-4 for their break, as Northwest Rankin beats the pressure. And an oop and a flush to the 6'7" senior off the bench, Eden Watson. And so his teammate saw that he was open, got him the oop, and the 2-hand dunk at the bucket for a 20-point lead. It's been a highlight reel for Northwest Rankin. They've had several of those spectacular plays tonight. They've been fun to watch. It's been frustrating for the Vikings, but it's been fun to watch them. They've got a good team. It'll be interesting to see how they do in the state of Mississippi in terms of state playoffs. Keegan Keaton misses the 3, and he has been off tonight, has made 1 3. Hasn't shot a whole lot. He's made only 1 of what he has shot, as Steiner gets it ahead to Braylon Johnson, and Braylon will have his 3rd dunk of the game, and Coach Burns going to call a timeout with 55 seconds remaining, and Jasper trailing 59-41. Coaching to the end. 59-41, they're not going to win the game, but Coach Burns coaching all the way to the end. You make the most of the opportunities you have, and there's a whole lot of basketball coming after the Christmas break, and what we might say the important basketball coming after the break, because that's when you get into area play and start thinking about state playoffs, winning the region, and hosting a sub-region game instead of having to travel like we did last year. So although this has not been pretty, it is an opportunity to learn, particularly I think in the area of taking what you're given and having guys come to the basketball so that we're not having to make terribly long passes, not telegraphing what we're doing, as the ball will come in, and Rankin will once again beat the pressure very easily. They diagnose that with passing with precision. They get 2 more. Nice play there by number 14, Damaris James. Braylon Johnson for 3. Ball's going to be a little bit short. We're approaching 30 seconds to play. It's 61-41, Northwest Rankin. As I said, they're going to win the game, and it's something the Vikes will shake off and let this one go, and then come back after Christmas, work to get better and get into area play and win their area games and get ready for the state playoffs. We are at 8 seconds as Northwest Rankin just dribbling it out. Boy, I like their team. A lot of class and skilled, well coached. You can just tell that those guys know how to play basketball. So kudos to their coaching staff and their team. They are a quality basketball team, is Northwest Rankin, Mississippi. So they're 10-6 now. Jasper is 9-4. And it'll be Christmas break time. Finals on the night, Lincoln Smothers with 2 points. Jarrell Johnson, 6. Braylon Johnson came on strong in the second half. 3 dunks, 3 in a row. 2, 4, 6, 9, 11 for Braylon, so he's in double figures. Brody Garrett, 4. Keegan Keaton, 6. Caden Steiner with 12. So 2 players in double figures, Steiner and Braylon Johnson. And Jasper manages.
Deshaun Dillon.
Yeah, that guy, Deshaun Dillon, they just announced he's a player of the game. And you bet, number 2 for Northwest Rankin, quite a player. And as I said, he's going to be playing at the next level at some point. He's plenty good. So your final tonight, 61-41, Northwest Rankin defeats the Vikings. Well, we're going to take a break, and then when we come back, you'll be seeing the Hoover Bucks playing the final game of the evening here at Carl Cannon Coliseum. So this is Greg Tinker for Matthew Combs and Katrina Schultz saying thanks for watching the Vikings broadcast, but stay tuned for the Hoover Bucks. They're coming up next.